Uh-oh, mood went down. Enfru, a young, energetic farmer on the road to prosperity, asks the clan council for help. He claims that his stead is haunted. Objects move about, wailing noises come from nowhere. Enfru's wife and child have even seen an apparition. People are afraid their steads will be haunted too. What should we do? Lakin says, we must know more of the situation. Every time we try and fail, the people grow more fearful. So, he wants to conduct a divination? Coolbreast says, when in doubt, send for shamans. So we can send for shamans to banish the ghost. Spirits are all around us and can be troublesome and selfish as real people, but he says no advice. Horvator Farsi once conducted a case against a spirit, so there may be precedents for outlawing the ghost. First, we should learn why it's here, so conduct a divination or launch a legal claim against the ghost. Our magic is strong. A divination will point to the correct course of action. Exorcism is not a specialty of the gods we worship. We must figure out what is going on. More divination. And the Harani are feuding with us. I bet this is their fault. It is possible. So, this game very much has sort of that fantasy setting. Ghosts and spirits are real. It is entirely possible, actually, that the Harani did make a deal with the spirit to come in and haunt this guy. Of course, we don't know that. But, so, all around, everyone seems to be saying we should conduct a divination. We all agreed on that? Yeah, to launch a legal claim so we can kill him legally. Oh, we are now in Fire Season 2, it looks like. So we made the decision for the Sea Season, so now, after this, is when I would suggest we do a raid, but for right now, we all thinking we should just do a divination? Seeing how most of our clan ring has advised that. Okay. Conduct divination. The spirit of our ancestors said that this ghost was sent by the Harani to vex us as part of our feud against them. Oh boy. So he was right. We must know more. Okay, so we can send for shamans. We can launch a legal claim. Exorcism. Okay, well, so we have lost their advice now. So we can either launch a legal claim against this ghost, or we can send for shamans to banish the ghost. Other things we can do is build Enfru a new stead, resign ourselves to the haunting, attack the Harani, launch a legal claim against the Harani. We know it is their fault. If we attack them, it may not get rid of the ghost. But it might. I don't know the consequences. All of these events have a variety of consequences that can come from them. And as we've seen, the storyline carries on throughout the game. So it is entirely possible that the next event is that the ghost, if we attack the Harani or launch a legal claim against them, which they probably wouldn't do anything with. Right, exactly. I mean, they may have done a deal with the ghost. So that's where the legal claim would come in. If we launched a legal claim, you might say, well, hey, legally, this is something that I'm in contract with them to do, so... Okay, so we're gonna go for shamans to try and banish the ghost. Let's do that. Shamans come and say they will banish the ghost for the low price of 15 cows worth of goods. Do you accept? We have 109 goods right now. I guess we're going to say yes. Well, we lost some goods and some magic, but the mood went up. We accepted the new arrangement. They danced around Enfer's stead, banged on a drum, and ate a brew of moss and lichens. Their eyes rolled back in their heads, and they spoke to the ghost. The bangings of the ghost stopped. The shaman said they banished it. Alright. Oh my god, dude, you and your Lankor Mai. Okay. Now, hold on a minute here. This Orlanthan Oroka. Let me look at this. I think this might have been something we completely skipped over in the tutorial. I saw this here somewhere. You'll need to know all the myths to win the game. Oh, okay. So that just tells us a little bit about the stuff. Okay. Right. So where are we at here? It's now fire season. Fire season is the time of war. So we lost quite a bit of stuff. I think we will need some goods. But we should probably also go for cows. Remember, we will get cursed if we don't increase our cows. So I'm going to suggest we'd go on a raid, and I think we know who to raid from. So we can do a cattle raid, just stealing cows, or we can do a full-blown attack on another clan. So we have... I don't know that a full-blown raid actually gets us cows. It doesn't focus on stealing cows. It focuses on basically killing the enemy. We know, according to our warrior here, that we are stronger than the herons. Oh boy, the herons are right in our back door. No wonder. We know that we're stronger, so we could go to war and try and wipe them out, take their land from them. Or we can just raid for cattle, because that's what we need to do. So I will leave that up to you. What do we want to do? Oh yeah, there's another thing here too. We can fortify. Right now we've only got a stake perimeter, so the more fortifications we have, we can have a ditch, rampart, wooden stockade, stone tower. The more fortifications we have, obviously the better they are against in defensive war, but they also help us in defensive cattle raids. Okay, so let's do a cattle raid. And, let's see, we will go on a cattle raid to the herons. And, okay. If we send too many warriors, they will be spotted and have to fight. The Arnorings are the weakest of the nearby clans. So that's against them. Isarius usually frowns on raiding, but it's one way to heed the god's instruction to increase our herds. Cattle raids turn into regular raids if the other clan spots us. During sacred time, we allocated 1 point of our clan magic to battle. We can spare farmers for a raid. The one with cattle on the hill will not sleep easy. If we send too many warriors, they'll be spotted. The Harani are the weakest of the nearby clans. You guys, get your story straight. The Arnorings or the Harani? Come on now. That's good news, though, if the Harani are in fact weak. So basically, we need to bear in mind that raids can happen simultaneously, meaning that when we send people out, the computer might decide that now we're weak and we can be attacked as well. So it looks like by default we've been set up to be 9 weapon thanes and 6 footmen. The footmen come from the farmers. What do we want to do? We don't want to send too many, but we don't want to send too few. And I don't know if this is like the default, if this is actually appropriate for how many we want to send. So what do you think about the numbers here? Right now we're sending 9 weapon thanes and 6 footmen. Yeah, I don't either, Caleb. I have no idea what too many is. Right now we're sending a little more than half of our guys. But yeah, like I have no idea if we send too many warriors. Maybe let me look at the dang it. Let me look at this. Well, unhelpfully, the manual tutorial doesn't really tell me. I was hoping that the tutorial would have given us sort of a hint as to how many soldiers are worth what. But, yeah. Well, so the idea of a cattle raid is that it just wants to be quick in and out. So that's why we want to send a few people, because we can skirt through their defenses if we have few people. The fewer people we have, however, the fewer cattle we can steal. And like I said, if we have too many people go, that leaves us defenseless, and we can be counter-raided as well. So should we maybe bring back a weapon thane so only half of them are going? Or should we just go with what it's recommending? Let's just go with what it recommends right now. Yeah. Cattle raid. Farmer and warrior morale goes down. The Heron God Talkers must have known we were coming because their warriors were waiting for us at the edge of their Tula. We turned around rather than ride into an ambush. Well, damn it. A new clan arrives in the area and claims part of your land. Like you, they left their homes in Hjortland because they could not bear the tyrannical rule of the Pharaoh. You have claimed more land than you need, and we have more need than land, says their chieftain Farnan. Surely, as good Orlanthi, you will allow us to live here. If we give them land, we are assured their gratitude. It would be good to have a proven ally as a neighbor, so give them lands if they agree to an alliance. That could be okay. They will be more tractable when we get some hot food into them, hold a feast, and ask them to go. No Orlanthi owes anything to any other Orlanthi, okay? In the time of Vingat, our ancestors encountered people in need and adopted them into our clan. We could offer to adopt them into our clan. That might actually be pretty good. In the time of Vingat, okay, so 2 for adoption. There are too many weapon things among our ragged clan. Our Carls will complain if they have to support even more people who grow nothing. So, drive them off, have a feast, persuade them to leave. I'm not saying we should drive them off, but if we can, or if we want to, we can crush them. So, drive them off. So, seems to be most support for driving them off or having a feast. Only one guy says, our leader says to give them lands to agree to an alliance. We got 2 for adoption. A lot of them for... Man, it's just kind of all over the place. So, yeah. I think it's because we have some wild lands available is why this is maybe happening, because it's not seeing us as using the land, per se. But he really is. Why am I keeping him? Because he's a renowned animal specialist. Yeah, that's why. Because he's good with the herds. He's a crotchety old man because he spends all his time out in the fields with the cows. And the pigs and the sheep. So, do an adoption offer, and then, if that doesn't work, give them an alliance of land? I don't know. I don't know if we can. I don't know if the consequence of offering to adopt them might be that they say no, and then we have to go through this again, or it might just say they take our land, and then we have an enemy. So I don't actually know what the consequence of this is. But we kind of have 2 for everything, really. So, one for drive them off, 1 for give them an alliance, 1 for a feast, 1 for nothing, 1 for an adoption, 2 for adoptions, and 2 for... so yeah. So basically, 2 for this, 2 for this, 1 for this, and 2 for this. Should we just go straight for the alliance then? Offer them an alliance? We can always take land from somebody else if we grow that big. I mean, we're next door neighbors to these stupid herons. We might end up going to war with them and taking their land eventually anyhow. They do worship our same god, which might be why we could get them to be in our clan. But... so... should we do alliance, adoption? Alliance, adoption? Mostly for alliance, I think. Okay, well, we'll try this. So give some of your lands, and if they agree to an alliance with us. Farmers hated that, but they were the Grey Foxes, and they declared us their saviors. Several of the Carls complained that we would soon have to clear new land because we gave away so much, which is okay, I think. Because let's look at this. 65 wildlands. Oh, wow, we lost a lot of pasture there. We lost a lot of pasture there. Okay. It takes 20 hides of pasture to feed them all. Okay, so we need more of this for sure. Let's clear wildlands to grow some room. Yeah. I'm willing to, especially since we're supposed to be getting cattle. Let's raise this back up to about where we were. Let's put double. We don't have a huge amount of land, or a huge amount of cattle apparently. Apparently it only needs 20. So we'll have double the pasture land and take some of this. That's going to hurt our hunting, so maybe let's actually bump that down to just a little bit more there. Let's see what everyone else says. Ask someone else about this. Thanks, Parsons. It takes 210 to plow our cropland. We have only 184. We don't have enough oxen to plow fields. Okay, so we definitely need more oxen. Food situation seems okay. We don't have enough cattle. We need to stockpile more food. We need 238 farmers and 210 oxen. So we're down on oxen somehow. So should we do a trade then? We could. It's still fire season. We could do another raid, or we can try and trade some of our horses. That was another option. So we're down about 20 oxen. We need a lot more cows anyway. So there was that other clan, the Arnerings, that we could go after. Obviously the Herons know that we're there. We could also actually attack the Brown Boars, the Elkenvals. The Arnerings are probably not expecting us. They're known for unrelenting hatred of the Pharaoh. They're part of the Kolomar tribe, and we owe them a favor. Okay, so that might not be so good. What about the Brown Boars, rather. We're feuding with them. They have a history of mad chieftains. And the Elkenval are known as skilled cooks, and we're feuding with them. For trading, we can trade with the Blue Jays, that are known for their horses, or the Eagles. They owe us a favor. Where are the Eagles at? Out here. Okay. So if we're going to be trading some stuff, I would suggest maybe the Eagles. So let's do a trade. Just send a caravan to them. We should sell some horses and buy some food. Well, I mean, yes, but I think we can definitely sell horses. I think he's correct there. The Ernald Dory have the most cows, the Blue Jays have the most horses, the Grey Foxes have the most food, and the Harani have the most goods. Should we learn the trade blessing first? Well, I mean, we don't really have that. We could spare a few cows. No, we definitely can't. We could spare a few cows. No, we definitely can't. We have enough horses to sell. We should buy some food. Okay, well, so that's kind of not what we're after. Okay, so we'll go trade with the Eagles. They say we should buy some food, but I'm thinking we should buy some cows, so maybe both? Can we do both? We don't really have a lot of goods. What do you think? We're also sending a medium caravan size. Yes. Right now we are allied with the Hendart, known for their vineyard, and their holy site dedicated to Ernalda and Flamal. Their chief is Oranda. We're allied with them. And then the Grey Fox are those new guys who apparently have the most food. How are we with the Ernald Dory? They're known for their large cattle herd. Should we maybe go to them instead? Yeah, Red's the ones we're feuding with. Since we are trying to get cattle, but the Eagles are friends and they owe us a favor, so... Actually, I think we can just go to the relations and ask for cattle, straight up, as a favor, if we want to do that. So are we gonna trade with the Eagles or the Ernald Dory that have all the cows? I don't think we've set one up. I'm not actually sure why some are trading partners and some aren't. I think it might actually just have to do with this. So maybe this caravan stays there? I don't actually know why. Why these guys have that trade route there. I guess the game set us up as trade partners. Maybe that's one of the things we can do through the relationships menu is set up trade routes and stuff like that. Okay, we'll send out to these guys who are neutral to us because they have more cows. And we're sending out 3 weapon thanes, 5 footmen as escort. That'll probably be okay, right? It's kind of away from our enemies. Okay, let's just send it. See what happens here. Okay, we're now in Earth Season. Earth Season, I believe, is the harvest time. What do we want to do here? Do we want to maybe ask for some cows from the Eagles for a favor? We got a lot of food. Must be from the harvest. Our population's gone down. Why is that? The warriors are satisfied, the farmers are not. Everyone's content. We could give them some wealth, okay. He's gone. With the external threats we face, it'd be prudent to reorganize as a war clan. He really wants to be chief. A farm of our own, okay. Our people are healthy. Virility is assured. Virility is assured. Clan lore helps divine the truth. Whatever that means. So yeah, our farmers are discontented, so we could have a feast, which I think does 2 things. I think it's useful for obviously the relations, but I think it also helps with the settlement. So if we wanted to have a feast, it would help people here. Alright, feast, but don't forget we don't have enough weapon things to defend ourselves. Okay, so that might be not a good idea then. There's no point in having a feast if we don't invite neighbors. Ernalda, so 2 of these have been saying that Ernalda's been good to us. We could have a feast. But we could also just straight give gifts to the farmers. Giving any fewer than 10 cows worth of goods is pointless. The farmers are unhappier, so we should give it to them. Ask someone else about this. Farmers are least happy. Okay, forget giving gifts. Let's have a feast instead. We can invite all neighbor clans. It'll be great. Okay,